back to CNC Productions. It's Friday, April 28th, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Chris had work all day, and I had college all day. I had some presentations to do. So we're going to try hunting turkeys tonight. And we're going up to a new spot close to where we've been hunting. Should be pretty good. It's been crappy all week, rain. Now the sun's finally coming out, so should be a good good evening, hopefully. We'll see what happens.
Alright, we've been to 4 spots. We haven't heard a gobble since freaking last Sunday at 5 in the morning, and here we go. We just got a response. He's not too far away. It's on about 200 yards away.
So last time I heard this bird, it was to the left of the decoy, about 80 to 100 yards away. So we thought it was just going to come right down this old logging trail. Ended up circling around without calling or anything, and it sounded like a deer stomping. So I gave a call, and it was right on top of us, about 15 yards away. I had a perfect shot at it, but Chris was unable to get the film with all these trees to the right of him, so I ended up just walking away with Jake in a hand, so we never got a shot at it. We had a chance with this bird one more time actually the next afternoon. He was about 8 yards away from us. We were up on the ridge, and he didn't want anything to do with us again, so he just walked off. And in this video you'll see he's crossing the road about 100 yards away from where we hunt, just on the edge of the property with some jakes and some hens. And later in the video you'll see he's down the road even farther in a guy's yard pecking at his truck, and he's all strutted up fighting with himself. But after that we never really saw him anymore, and the guy's property we went on, he saw him one more time after this, and haven't seen him since. But
It must be Mama with cubs. Oh shit, he's on his hind legs. Alright, let's back up, dude. Oh, that's sweet, dude. Alright, those are last year's cubs, though. Those aren't this year's.
Chris got a Wisconsin spring turkey tag this year, so we headed down to his cousin's, which was by Kewaunee County, in search of some big Wisconsin gobblers.
Middle of fields. Yeah, that's all it is. There's no woods.
The plan was to hopefully get on some birds early, even that night, and get back as soon as possible to keep hunting Michigan for my turkey. We had tons of action, as you'll see, but they didn't end up cooperating with us again.
Now he's sounding different. These birds haven't been hunted yet. They shouldn't be there. Give him some more. Good. Don't move. Stop. He's coming. He's coming, baby. Alright. One more call. The camera won't focus.
Couldn't get any closer to these birds because of the way the property lines were, so it was just tough just to sit there and listen to them all morning. And I think if we would have been able to get closer, we would have definitely got a bird that morning. But we got up and we moved around for about an hour, and we came back and sat down, and I think it was at least 3 gobblers were back in the woods past the field, just gobbling their heads off for about over an hour, I'd say. Heard so many gobbles that morning, but we couldn't do anything about it. Right here, Chris is about 10 yards out in the field with his fantail, just trying to get this Tom a little interested to make his way across the field, but he ends up making his way about halfway and then stops and kind of just goes back into the woods, but he's kind of interested, but not really. So the weekend goes by and we end up with no bird, but Chris still has a couple days left on his tag. So he heads back down south into Wisconsin to one of his buddy's properties, and he sees this big bird out there, and he gets close to the first night, but the second night he ends up getting a shot at it. He said it was a far shot, probably around 70 yards, and he shot right below it. On film it looks like the biggest bird I've ever seen, and he said in person it was well above any bird he's ever seen, so would have been nice to get him. Saturday, May 20th, exactly 5 o'clock. Finally got to our spot in the morning. We've been hunting this every afternoon that we can. Heard about 4 faint gobbles this morning. There's some turkeys in the area. Guy's been seeing about 6 of them. Hopefully we can get one this morning and end the season. Get ready for the bear hunt coming up. So as you can see, this hen worked her way perfectly past us, got within 5 yards. Never knew we were there. She was clucking and purring, and didn't attract any toms. That was the luck of our season there. Perfect situation, and didn't end up attracting any toms. The season didn't go as well as we planned. We were hoping to both get Michigan turkeys and Chris get his Wisconsin turkey, but that didn't happen. We leave for Canada in a couple days for the spring bear hunt in Ontario. Hopefully we'll get some good film of our bear kills and hopefully some good fishing. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching CNC Productions.
He smells us.
No, he doesn't. Wind's there. Wind's from this. There he goes.
Cute little guy.